Hey YouTube, today I wanted to make a video on what are the basic essentials needed to raise goats. I think there are 4 basic things that you need to have goats. I'm going to have another video on what you need for dairy goats, but or once you have a goat in milk, that would be a separate video. But right now what I'm trying to say is, if you want to have goats for pets, just goats for fun, what do you need? Well, number one is, in my opinion, all 4 things are actually needed at the same priorities. So you need shelter. Goats cannot stay out in rain. They will not stay out in rain. They do not like rain. So what you can do is you can buy or build some sort of shelter so they can get out of the rain when needed. Over here I have 3 examples. There is a shelter made out of wood pellets and some tin metal. It was very easy. It was less than 2 hours or maybe an hour max that we spent building that. We just put two same size pallets and we added some 2x4s on top and screwed in the metal tin, and that's pretty good. Even though you can see there's rain that can get in from the sides, it still works just fine. They may not have like the perfect shelter, but it works. Then I have this dog kennel. This is great for miniature breeds like Nigerian dwarfs or any small goat breeds, or there's mini Nubians, mini La Manchas. Basically they are a mix between a regular sized goat and a mini sized goat. So any mini goats would be fine for a dog, extra large dog igloo. I bought this for $30 on Craigslist, so you don't have to buy a brand new one. They make it pretty dirty, so I would just buy something cheap that works. And over here I have a calf hutch, and those you can find pretty cheap sometimes you can spend about $200 to $300 depending on what's out there in the market. This is a used calf hutch. You can find it on Craigslist. A lot of dairy people, they have calf hutches and then they don't want it because it's used too much or they're getting out of the kettle. You'll find calf hutch on Craigslist all the time, and usually they run between $100 to $300 used ones. I've paid up to $250 per calf hutch, and last one I bought was this one. I think I paid $150 for one. I have 2 of these, and then I have another one that's a little bit bigger size than this, and this can fit about 3 big size goats easily. And right now I have 4 goats over here and they all fit in fine. The dominant one may not let the other one get in sometimes, but these are pretty much not mean to each other. They have been together for some time and they let them in when it rains. And the other ones can also go here. So that's what you need for shelter. The second thing that you need for having goats is fence. Goats will eat your garden, eat anything and everything that's growing. Leaves, plants, weeds, grass. They will not eat a lot of grass, but they will eat some. Unless you don't feed them, then they will start eating whatever you have. But you need to fence. They will even eat food, plastic bags. So you need to make sure that they are fenced in and they don't have access to wrong things like chemicals or things like that. So I have a fence, that's my property fence, which is, not that great, but it keeps them in. As long as they can stay inside, it's okay. Over here I have built a cattle panel fence with some T-post, and this is very easy to do. I'm not very handy, and I was able to build this fence in maybe a couple of hours. And all you need is T-post and cattle panel and some wire, and that wire actually is the bale. When you buy a bale, they have some wires, and I just reused some of that. Some of the wires I had on hand. Any electrical wire will work. I have even used zip ties to tie them up, so it works. You just have to replace them more often, especially if you have bucks in the area. They will jump on the fence. They're more rough on the fence than the goats, but in general you need something sturdy. So T-post fence. Now the gate that I have over here is also made of T-post. I just cut a section and I wired it over here and over there, and it opens. It works just fine. There's a latch over here that I can open and use it like that. This is not very expensive fencing option, and I've been using this for now about almost 4 years. Stop it, Shadow. Can't do it with one hand. So almost 4 years I've been using this kind of fence. Stop. Okay, stop it. Alright, I'll do it later. Yeah, but this is basically the fence I have built, so they can stay in this section. And what I like about this fence is, if I want to make it smaller, bigger, move it around, I can. All I need to do is remove this T-post, which is very easy if you pour some water in the dirt. Okay, sorry. And you just cut off the wires, and it's very easy. So that's what I like about T-post and cattle panel. I can change it as I need, I can fix it, and it's not very expensive. Each panel is about $20, $19, or sometimes if it's on sale it's even $17 I've seen on Tractor Supply. T-posts are about $2-3 each, so you can have a good fence for under $200 fencing, depending on how much area you have. But this fencing would be less than maybe $100, maybe, not even that. So yeah, so we talked about shelter, fencing, then the next thing would be water. I need to fill this up. So this is actually a barrel that I cut in half, and this is the bottom half, and I just fill it up with water, and this lasts for at least 3 days. It's pretty good, so it's not expensive at all. I bought the barrel for $5. Some barrels I've bought it for $10 on Craigslist. Just works fine. Now there's another barrel in which I feed hay, and that works just fine too. So these are the 4 things you need: is water, some container for water, and some container or something for hay, because they will not eat hay. If you throw it on the ground, they'll poo and pee on it, and then it will be a total waste. They do waste in here also, but it's a little bit less waste in comparison. Okay, so then you need some storage to store your hay and your feed. So over here I'm using a big trash can to store my hay. That's what I'm using to store my hay, and it keeps it just perfectly fine, and it's very easy for me to move it from here to the pasture, or bring it from, you know, from my garage area where I have more hay, all the way here, so I don't have to carry that big bale and walk, because this has wheels and I can just fill it up and it'll work. And it's just a regular trash can. So that's what I use. Goats are so much fun. Anybody and everybody can keep them as a pet or dairy. So I hope this video helps you on what you exactly need just to get started with goats. I mean, if you bring your goats in, they will need shelter, they will need some area, fenced area to keep them in, they will need water and hay. So food is a very subjective thing. So if you have a lot of pasture that has a lot of brush, you may not even need to supplement them with hay. You can, but you don't have to. Silly goat, look at that. Okay, all right. Why do I have a lead rope on this goat? Well, I was trying to catch her and she's a little skittish, so it's hard for me to catch her. So if I have the lead rope on, I just go and step on the lead rope and catch it, and it's much easier. Makes my life easy, especially when I have a lot of things going on in the morning. What else? I think that's about it. All you need is oh yeah, food. In food you can become very fancy, or you can have nothing, you know, like you have a big land that has a lot of brush that they can eat, and that area is fenced, and that's all you need, you know. They may just survive just with that, and a little bit of supplemental minerals and goat food. You can buy goat food from Tractor Supply or any other feed store that you have. They all usually have some kind of goat pellets. What I've learned is goats don't need that much goat food, really, but they really do need a lot of hay. Hay in the sense alfalfa is what they really like to have. And I have dairy goats, so they produce a lot of milk, and obviously that means they have a lot of calcium that they need to use in their body, or, you know, supplement themselves. So alfalfa grass has a lot of calcium, and that's what they really love to eat. She is eating it right now, even there's very little left. And I give a flake in the morning and a flake in the night for 4 goats. They do get grain when they get on the stand, but if I just give them alfalfa, they will be fine. They have less problems. They are more healthy if you give less grain. Do they produce less milk? Probably a little less, yes, but if I have a lot of goats right now, so if they produce less milk, it's okay. I'm not really too worried. But that's what I think. If you overfeed your goats hay, nothing will happen to them. If you overfeed your goats with grain, they'll have diarrhea. They'll have loose poop, big chunky poop, which is all, you know, basically their rumen is not happy with that. So just unlimited hay is the best thing you can give your goats. I do have a video that I made a couple of years ago, what I feed my goats, that has all the details about all the different things that I feed in my goat feed and how I mix it. I do that mostly, but what I'm trying to say is you don't need to be you don't need to be fancy in feeding your goats. You just need to make sure they have the basic stuff, which is alfalfa or any really high protein hay, and water. That's their basic things, and minerals. I actually buy a copper block. This area does not have one. I have one in pasture, and they go back and forth from pasture, so they will get a lick when they get there. But there's a copper block. I think it's about maybe $15 or so, and I think that is the best mineral thing for goats, because it has just copper, and that's their main requirement. Copper, they love other minerals too, but the goat feed that I give them has quite a bit of other minerals. So yeah, so the only other thing I supplement is copper in goat minerals. Sometimes I give them goat minerals in their food, but they really don't like to eat that, and they're doing good. So just copper, that's all I'm giving. Copper, alfalfa, and good goat food. In goat food also, I do give them different things. I have another video describing. I'll try to find that link and put it in the comments below, so you guys can watch that. But I think that's all you need. Goats are so much fun to have. They're great pets. They can be very friendly, especially if they're bottle raised. My goats are not bottle raised. They're all raised by their moms, so they are still friendly. Some of them are not. Like, she is very skittish. She's not friendly, but she'll come to me when I open the gate. She will be there. She knows how to get on the milk stand. Everybody knows how to get on the milk stand. I just don't bottle raise kids unless I have to. Like that white one, I'm bottle raising him because I sold his mom, and I have to raise him, and I have enough milk to raise him, and he's doing fine. I typically don't like to do that, but I had to, because I have too many goats, and I had to sell some, and that person did not want the buckling, so I'm keeping the buck. Alright guys, so I hope this video helps, and if you're getting goats, those 4 things are what you need to get started. I will have another video coming up soon about what do you need for milking goats or dairy goats. You know, what are the things that you need on top of all the things that I said, the 4: shelter, water, food, and fencing. So hope you guys have a great day. It's beautiful, sunny outside. All these babies are just enjoying the sun, and she's enjoying some love. All right, thank you for watching. Bye bye.